Where does all our time go? This is not a question which is an aftermath of the New Year's resolutions, but one born from my own experience of days slipping past me. After noticing this repeating pattern for months, I finally decided to take action with a weekly audit via the 168 hours method. While there are plenty of methods online for tracking time, this is my personal approach, a method I expect to evolve and improve over time. And it might not work or might work for you, but this is just a recipe of what I'm doing. So, why do a weekly audit? My personal motivation to do this is to take a stock check on lost time that I could have used for something that helps me improve and reach my goals. For me, they are to identify time wasting habits, adjust my schedule to make it more realistic but still leaning towards the ideal goals, and to align my time usage with personal goals. You don't need any tools for this because this can be a mental exercise or digitally or on paper. I decided to do this in my journal but in combination with Google Sheets, which I use for habit or routine tracking. I have a very simple point system attached to this to make it a little more interactive and give me a reason to fill it out. The process is also very straightforward. You need to log your time first. So, to do this, I use my planner. I start making plans using a black colored pen to time block and outline my schedule. Later, as I go through that day, I use a blue pen to record what I actually end up doing, allowing me to compare my plans versus my reality. And at the end of the day, I fill in the points on my Google Sheets. Sometimes I forget to do this and I forgive myself for that. It's alright, things happen. The second step is to categorize these activities. I have a planner in front of me and I look at where my time was spent. I mainly see if time allocated to studying or focusing was used for something else. This is the only major red flag for me. I next analyze the data and identify changes. If you wish to, you can analyze how much time spent on each of these categories or activities. It's much easier to do it digitally using Excel sheets or any other application using a count or some formula, but I didn't really want to spend energy on this. Having my weekly page spread out was well and good. I then take a look at where time allocated to focusing was not utilized and why this happened. As in, did I lose my optimal focus time to an overflow of work tasks or chores, or procrastinated, or just because somebody came over or family? And here's what my first 2 weeks of time auditing revealed. Firstly, I lost time allocated to focus, mostly due to overflow of tasks from my family or people coming over, and also because I procrastinated. I napped around 5 times over the last 2 weeks because it was a little too cold, or I slept late the previous day, or I was just tired. A weekly review is a set of questions you want to ask yourself at the end of the week and decide what happened and how that can impact the change you want to make the next week. I have 4 questions that I want to ask myself as a part of this weekly audit, at least for now. First, what are the 3 things that we did to help us get closer to our larger goals for the quarter or year? So, in general, I woke up as close to 5 a.m. as possible after a minimum of 5 to 6 hours of sleep. I might have taken a nap when my eyes felt tired, but it helped me feel better for rest of the day. My ideal wake up time is 4 a.m., but I managed that on I think 5 days over the last 2 weeks, which is not bad. I focus for at least 2 hours every morning, and I stop myself for scrolling more than 10 minutes at a time on most occasions. The next question is, what are the three things that slowed us down? I slacked on scrolling a couple of times because I did not have the energy to do anything else. Not a good sign, but that's alright, we can improve on it. The second one is, I could have drawn better boundaries at home with regards to my focus time and engaging with people who are visiting. I had a lot of relatives come over on a short notice, and setting up things for them, meal prep, etc., took a significant time of my day, which made me frustrated in the end, but I've come to terms with it. On a couple of occasions, my 30-minute recharge naps crossed 90 minutes. On those 2 days, it left me wanting a nap throughout the day, which is not a good idea. But yeah, that's alright, happens. The third question is, what do I want to do differently in the next week, and how do we reach this? I want to start going to bed at 10 pm sharp. To do this, I'm going to set an alarm for 9:30 pm that reminds me to start winding down. This means I should finish what I'm doing in the next 10 minutes, clean my desk, pack my bag for the next day, and brush my teeth. The second thing is, I could not swim all throughout the week because of some people coming over and general maintenance in the pool. So next week, I'll try to show up on all days. I have been walking 5 kilometers with ankle weights in place of this, but I'll try to do both of them together. Third, I want to set up some time for journaling. I think it's going to be post dinner, sometime around 8 pm, and I'll do a 10-minute journaling prompt on days I don't have anything to journal about. Lastly, I want to reduce the scrolling time to 5 minutes per session. I know that might not happen right away, so since I'm currently stopping around the 10-minute mark, I'm going to set a timer for somewhere around 7 minutes. My last question as part of my weekly audit is to see what my major and minor focuses for the next week are. As a part of this, I updated my study goals and chapters I need to finish this week. Next, I want to cycle for 40 minutes or walk with ankle weights for at least 5 kilometers every day. And lastly, I'm going to try to do my minor focuses during the Pomodoro breaks whenever possible. So these can be things like packing my bag for the next day, tidying my bed, taking a shower, or just little tasks around the house that I need to do. This brings us to the end of the video, and if you're inspired by this, let me know in the comments, and good luck with your goals. Bye bye, take care.